There's an old curiosity shop. Every once in a while I go by there for the fond recollections that lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Well, good morning, good folk. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, stirring up a morning cup of tea because when I was making that, I really wasn't trying to make tea the other day. Basically, I was trying to show you how that machine works, and I had no intentions of drinking that stuff because I hadn't cleaned out that 1914 samovar yet. And, that's got residue from the first pandemic in it. Since it's older than 1918, no, but I was making chai, and it smelled so good, I said, I'm going to make some chai today. So I'm going to do that right now in this little jadeite cup. I'm letting it steep there. And I'll let you look out the window for a minute. It is early in the morning. There's a little bit of condensation on my windows, which happens. Oops, what am I doing? I'm getting all tangled up again. Hold on. You're not supposed to see what's on the window ledge yet. Zoom in and let you see if you're interested. I always get, I need to do some stuff with the insulation on these windows. Don't worry about it. They're old and it happens, and it only happens occasionally, and I just live with it. But I've got a nice early morning fire going here to take the chill out of the place and the chill out of my bones. You asked me, hello. I haven't combed my hair yet. You're not going to see me. I didn't ask you. You asked me what's in that cabinet. I'll show you some other time. But let's take a look at I haven't seen any women on this crew, so I'm going to say the men that are down here working. Of course, there are women on construction crews. I just haven't seen any on this particular lot. They're busy there with the second floor. They've got the framing up for the third floor. And I've been studying, now this is an apartment building here, and I've been studying to try to figure out the floor plan. That's the elevator shaft there. Wait a minute, oops, totally out of the frame. Come on now. Well, that's the elevator shaft, so we can see this is going to be a hallway for folks to get into their apartments. Well, anyway, you didn't tune in for that. Okay, let me get my cup of tea out of the way. And yes, by the way, that is my baby spoon. Who knew my mouth was going to get that big and be able to ramble on so much? We're going to go very fast down the line. Most of this you saw when I thrifted, and I'm not going to double talk it. So if you didn't see me when I thrifted it, you can tune into the Old Curiosity Shop and see what's for sale. Now, what I'm keeping, I've cleaned it up. This is the chrome bread server from the 1930s with the butterscotch Bakelite handle, which is simply fantastic. Okay, so that's a keeper for my chrome collection. Conqueror records were sold through the Sears and Roebuck catalog company, of course, as you know. Okay, so Conqueror Records by Sears. This dates to the very early 1930s. I picked that up for $1. Oh, well, there's Sears on the back, world's largest store. And we're going to listen to It Is Well With My Soul and When the Roll Is Called Up Yonder. Boy, you got to be old, or you went to an old church like I did to know that. That's an old one. When the trumpet of the Lord shall sound and time shall be no more. Come on, let's all say it. And the glories of his resurrection. No, and the saved on earth. Oh my gosh, I got to go back to my hymnal. Wait a minute. When the roll is caught up yonder and time shall be no more. And the glories of his something something shine. When the saved on earth shall gather over on the other shore. When the roll is caught up yonder, I'll be there. Okay. I ought to know it. I sang it enough. Madrid. Lid. Could be the reproduction from the 70s. You'll get a number 76 on the reproductions if it's Tierra. I don't know if they put the 76 on the lid. I know they did on the plates. Not a big deal. I don't care whether it's new or old. I bought it as a replacement for someone. and you're looking at it and saying, look at that crack. Remember, it's not a crack. Depression glass has all kinds of imperfections in them, so that's not cracked, but that'll be a replacement. This is not the same set that I had a few days ago. It's another set. I sold the first set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frogs, and I've got 5 more frogs here for you. Flower frogs, and you can check them out in the auction site. You haven't seen this. I told you I was going to go fast. And I haven't even sipped my tea yet. Wait a minute. Let me get the spoon out of there, because I don't want it to cool off that much. Get that spoon out of there. Put it right there. I don't care if the tea bag stays in there. It can be good at, well, let me get, I'm not doing very well in my filming today. Let's have a sip. I hope you have a sip of something. Num, 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 num. It's a good one. This is a beautiful Bavarian tray. Could be used on a dresser as for a woman's vanity, and it's a big one. I mean, that is a whopper of a tray. Way over 12 inches. It is decaled, transfer, but then the gold is hand done on it, and it's just beautifully done. Really pretty colors on that. I don't think you've seen that. We have a Bavarian mark on the back, and boy, don't carve your meatloaf on that, okay? Put that on your dresser, or do whatever you want with it, but it is really pretty, and it's chip and crack free, and you'll be able to see that in the old curiosity shop. Here's Mildred. I ran my mouth about these the other day. I'm selling 8 plates in one auction and 2 auctions of the chowder bowls, not cereal bowls. Those are 6 inches, and this is the larger size bowl here for soup. And so you'll get 1920s Mildred patterned Mount Clemens. A lovely subscriber said, gee, that looks like Fostoria Pioneer, and I think that that's correct, so thank you for that. Beautiful, elegant. There are, I think I said there are 9 of these. So you get 8 plates and 1 extra one to break if you go to a Greek wedding. Do they still do that? Do they throw plates? I know the Greeks do some. I think, don't the Greek folk throw plates as part of their celebrations? What am I talking about? I don't have any Greek blood in me, but all right. Polished bottoms, really pretty. Now these are going to date to the mid-1920s, late 20s, 1926, 27, and we hear a lot about depression glass, but we forget in many cases the elegant companies were making colored glass in the 1920s. A big deep dish Homer Laughlin, beautiful pie plate there from the 1930s and 40s. It's got silver around the edge, so don't put it in your microwave, but you can certainly put it in your oven. Oven serve, we see there HLC at the top for Homer Laughlin Company, and so really pretty pale yellow color there, which isn't showing up in the sunlight, but a nice deep dish pie pan. Now, you know, if I can recite the words to When the Roll is Caught Up Yonder, I should have known that that's not Little Bo Peep. And of course, it's the Good Shepherd and his sheep. It's Jesus and his sheep or lamb on the prayer cup. I was zipping through it quickly and said, oh, there's Little Bo Peep. But you know, sometimes when you, maybe it's just me and my split level brain, but sometimes what you think and what you see and what you say doesn't always come out right. So thank you, everyone. There's a little child's Fire King D-handled mug. Bless this food, O Lord, we pray. Make us strong from day to day. Butter print, 2 bowls, the little one and the next size up. These are in almost mint condition. There's barely a nick or a scratch or any problems with them at all. They're wonderful. The rings patterned by Anchor Hocking. Pitcher. late 1920s pattern, and then from 1961 this wonderful, and as I said, this is really, it's all, I didn't tell you on here, but this is, get it over here, hand screened, and I don't know how well you can see. This is not a photocopy or some cheap print. See how the silver color just pops right off the page? From 1961, hand screened, the Irish blessing in its original frame. And then finally up here, I have talked about these before and talked about these before, and what they are. No, I'm not going to talk about that lamp again. These are radio bar glasses. Now, what I've talked about a million times is the radio bar. When I sell these three, I will have made over $1,000 in radio bar glass. Train yourself to look for this and you will find it. Sometimes the glasses are not graduated like this or tiered. Sometimes there are more or less stripes, and they don't always have this optic pattern on the inside, because Federal made a lot of these, but not always, and sometimes in different forms. But it's always going to look sort of like, you know, Dorothy Thorpe. But get it in the light. It's embossed, or rather it has an optic pattern. It's tiered, and it also has this wonderful black and platinum on it. Even though there's wear on the platinum, they will sell. Now, the radio bar came out during the Depression, mid to late 1930s. Let's look at some old advertisements. I love this one. They're all dressed up playing bridge. They've got this rickety little card table that everybody would set up, but they're standing around in evening dresses and bow ties, serving drinks, getting tanked, I suppose, and playing bridge. They're just enjoying a wonderful evening at home, as some folks did during the Depression. And here's another advertisement. We've got dancing going on, and drinking, and cigarette smoking, and card playing. Oh! But they're having a good time. And folks who could afford a radio bar had deep pockets. Now today, the collectors that own these radio bars have deep pockets too, and they will pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars to get this glass to complete their radio bars. Okay, so I cannot wait and see what these do. I sold some last summer and the summer before, and my dollar count right now is very close to 1,000 on the profit that I've made on these. I paid $1 each for these at a local thrift shop. Okay, before we call it a day, we're going to play What in the Heck Is It? Now, I'm not going to tell you today. You're going to have to tune in either tomorrow or the next day. But here we go. We've got two sets. What in the heck are they? And I want you to be specific. I want you to tell me in which country. Wait, let's turn this one. No, I had it right the first time. Where were they made? That should be fairly easy. In which country were these made? And then what are they? Go and figure that out. Leave your comments in the description box below, and then we'll be back to talk about these. And I'm going to actually show you original advertisements from 1930s catalogs that specifically tell us exactly what these are and what they were used for. It's a lot of fun. I want to thank you for joining me today. We went very quickly, and I hope I didn't talk too fast, and I hope I wasn't too redundant. It's going to be a beautiful day. It's going to warm up nicely this weekend. I hope so too, wherever you are. So until I see you again, I am Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, saying thanks for watching. Wait for the cat. So long for now.